Who is Ibrahim Traore? A 36-year-old army captain who suddenly became the youngest head of state in the world. Some call him Africa's Thomas Sankara, others see him as a symbol of a new anti-colonial wave sweeping Africa. But who is he really? How did the man with almost no political background find himself leading Burkina Faso? And why is the world paying attention?
The U.S. seeks opportunities to continue to collaborate with Burkina Faso. For a number of years, they've been our brothers in arms, and I still consider them so. But the common denominator, the foundational issue, is the growing threat across all of these violent extremist organizations seeking refuge within the borders of Burkina Faso.
In late 2022, in a country most of the world can't find on the map, a 34-year-old army captain seized power. His name is Ibrahim Traore, and while military coups in Africa are often dismissed by the West as just another Tuesday, this one felt different. The streets didn't fill with fear, they filled with celebration. To understand why, you have to understand that Traore isn't just another strong man. He represents a seismic shift. The continent has the youngest population in the world, but it is largely governed by the oldest leaders. Traore is the youngest leader in the world, and he's not just young, he's channeling the ghost of a man who decades ago tried to do the same thing, an iconic revolutionary named Thomas Sankara. To understand Traore, we have to understand the place he comes from, Burkina Faso, a landlocked country in West Africa, once called Upper Volta, later renamed by Thomas Sankara in 1984 to mean land of upright people. But for decades, the country has faced instability, coups, weak government, and in recent years, a devastating insurgency from jihadist groups linked to Al-Qaeda and ISIS. Since 2015, thousands of people have been killed, millions displaced, the government seemed powerless and the army overwhelmed. In that chaos, soldiers began losing faith in their leaders. And this is where Ibrahim Traore comes in.
The situation is so bad, the UN has warned of an impending disaster.
Ibrahim Traore was born in 1988 in Bondoki, western Burkina Faso. He studied geology before joining the military in 2009, eventually training abroad and earning a reputation as a disciplined officer. By 2022, he was stationed in Kaya, a region hit hard by insurgent violence. He watched as villagers fled, soldiers died, and government promises failed. When Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henry Damiba staged a coup earlier that year, many thought things would improve. But they didn't. Attacks grew worse and morale lost. So, in September 2022, Traore and a group of junior officers ousted Damiba, and here's what made the coup different. It wasn't just a military takeover, it was a popular revolution backed by the military. The previously democratically elected government had failed to stop the jihadist insurgency. The people had lost hope. Traore didn't just seize the palace, he stepped into a power vacuum, embodying a hope that had been dormant since Sankara's death. Sankara was a firebrand. He renamed Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, meaning land of incorruptible people. He preached self-sufficiency, rallied against foreign debt, and sought to cut ties with France's neo-colonial grip. But in 1987, he was assassinated in a coup backed by foreign powers. His story became a cautionary tale for African revolutionaries. Now, with Traore, many Burkinabe see a second chance. The rhetoric, the age, the Pan-African ideals, it all feels like Sankara reborn. That's why when Traore took power, it wasn't met with despair. It was celebrated as a historic correction. So, what does Traore actually stand for? He's positioned himself as part of a new wave of African leaders, challenges France's influence in its former colonies. Burkina Faso has expelled French troops. It has looked instead to Russia, Mali, and Niger. Together, these countries are forming what some call an anti-French axis in West Africa. He also speaks about Pan-Africanism, unity, sovereignty, and control over Africa's resources. His fiery speeches resonate with Africa's youth, who see in him not just a leader, but a symbol. But critics point out that rhetoric doesn't stop bullets. The insurgency still rages, displacement is growing, and press freedom are eroding. Why does Traore matter beyond Burkina Faso? Because his rise is part of a bigger story. Since 2020, West Africa has seen a wave of coups in Mali, Guinea, Niger, and Burkina Faso, each fueled by anger at insecurity, corruption, and foreign interference. Together, these countries are reshaping the balance of power in the Sahel. For the West, it's a loss of influence. For Russia, an opportunity. And for the people living in it, it is a desperate search for leadership that can deliver safety and dignity.
Our message is that if we want a good collaboration, it shall be with Russia. France has been here for about 70 years. They are here, they have barracks here. We've never heard that a French soldier died. It's our soldiers.
So who is Ibrahim Traore? He is a symbol. He's a demographic reality of Africa, crashing against its political reality. He's a rejection of a system that, for decades, has failed the people. And he's not just changing his country, he's starting to redraw the entire map. At 36, he could become a lasting revolutionary figure or another soldier swallowed by the chaos of insurgency and authoritarianism. So, for now, Ibrahim Traoré is a mirror, reflecting Africa's past struggles and its uncertain future. The world is watching.